Well, from this season's preview, we learned a lot just from the preview. When it comes to you, Hazel, we learned that you are bisexual, but you felt as if you had to hide it living in the Philippines. How did it feel to finally come out and own that?
Now that I'm here and I am free, like I am free being who really I am, I'm glad because finally I found a guy that really accept me and especially my son. And now I'm not shy for being me.
We've definitely seen a transformation because when we first met you, Hazel, you were shy, and very to yourself. And now we see you coming into your own. So it is really beautiful to see. I will say that.
I'm still,
Blooming.
I'm still
Yeah.
shy.
Girl, it's a work in progress, but you're doing a great job.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, Tariq, speaking of Hazel saying that you accept her for who she is, what was your initial reaction when you found out that she's into women as well?
Well, it was sort of a mixed bag for me. I learned early on, you know, Hazel and I had been chatting for a couple of weeks, and then she was like, "Okay, listen, before we go any further, there's something I need to tell you." And I want to be upfront and be honest with you, or whatever. I thought she was gonna say, "I'm married. You're gonna have to beat up my husband, to get me." And so I'm like sweating. What is it? She was like, "Okay." She's like, "What if I told you I like girls too?" And I'm like, "Okay, do you mean literally?" Like, she's like, "Yeah. What if I told you, I like men and women?" So okay, that'd be nice. And I was like, "Okay, so what does that have to do with me?" She was like, "Well, what if I wanted to have you and a girl?" I was like, "Then I would be the luckiest man with two lungs breathing on earth." I mean, let's keep it all the way real here. So, you know, but more than just the obvious.
Yeah.
Hazel had told me that she had kind of went through some, some drama about it with her ex because he did not accept, and he basically told her, that, she was just a walking body of sin and, just really hurtful stuff. And, that I think further made Hazel kind of close up, and never want to tell anybody again, because she's not knowing, is it
Right.
wrong, or whatever. So when she told me, I was like, well, I'm glad you, felt the need to tell me up front. And not only do I not care, I want you to be yourself.
Mhm.
I don't care what anybody says.
Speaking of that, we see in the teaser as well you helping Hazel find a girlfriend.
What is a good fiance to do?
Okay, so the big question here, Tyreek, is this a girlfriend just for Hazel, or would this be a girlfriend for the both of you?
Now, if I told you that, you wouldn't watch, would
You gotta tell us something though, because this is what everyone is wondering. Is this a throuple, or is this just Hazel having a friend on the side?
you? This is Hazel and I together, letting
Okay.
Hazel be herself.
That says a lot. That says a lot. And that being said, do you ever have any concerns, Tyreek, about Hazel potentially falling in love with another woman and choosing to leave your relationship?
Who would leave somebody that blinged out Tarzell? How you gonna leave that? You can't leave that.
Look, it's a potential though. So I just want to know your thoughts. Has that ever crossed your mind? Has it ever been a concern?
Absolutely not. And the reason is, Hazel and I have been together we've been together some years
Mm-hmm.
now, and we have been through more in 2 years than the average couple would go through in 10 years. I mean, so um, I mean, we have had serious ups and downs. So we really know each other, and why would I even go into it if I doubted that?
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to throw caution to the wind. And I feel like she, you know, gave up way more than I did, I mean, she basically turned her whole life upside down to even get here. So
Mm-hmm.
for me to say, "Oh, you're gonna fall in love with a girl and run away with the girl," what kind of man would I be? I got square shoulders. Everything is in the right place right here.
Okay, well, I have to ask Hazel her thoughts on that. I mean, it sounds simple and like an adventure and all, but it can get sticky, bringing someone else into your relationship. It can get sticky. So, Hazel, have you ever had any concerns about, maybe you might enjoy another woman's company more than you enjoy Tariq's?
Uh, my concern about having a girlfriend one day is Tariq, because I want him to be fair. Yeah, that's my concern.
So you want him to be fair? What do you mean by that?
Fair, like, what do you
Yeah, you mean that if it gets to a place where we're married and we have a girlfriend, that you want me to treat you and her fairly?
Yeah.
Okay, so that just made me think of something else. I mean, this is new to me. Like, that's why I'm curious. I just want to learn. Do you ever have a concern, Hazel, that Tariq might want to spend more time with that woman than you, or fall in love with her?
Um.
Tell the truth.
Because that's the reality of this situation. That's a possibility.
Look at that. Don't look at me.
You done already knocked my arm off.
My concern in the future is if Tariq fall in love more in the girl. I think sometimes that will be happen. Right? Am I?
You mean that you think it's a possibility for it to happen?
Yeah.
No, of course not. It's not possible. I know everything is possible, when you're doing something like this, but when you know.
You don't know what's coming. Right? You don't know tomorrow.
But one thing I do know, and you know this for sure, that I put you in front of everybody else. So why would the future be any different?
Okay, I'm gonna take your word, Tariq. The fans will come for you if something changes.
And listen, I got y'all. You see, amended the names. Can't go no further than that.
Yeah, well, hats off to you all, because this is a sticky situation, but I wish you all the best when it comes to that. 90 Day fans have their opinions, so is there anything you just want to set straight or just let them know about your relationship before the season begins?
Yeah. Just well, especially after people were just hearing that Hazel's bisexual for the first time. He wants a girlfriend. What does that mean? Y'all are just she's just giving you a license to cheat, right? No, Hazel is bisexual. She likes men and women. Hazel is here, for us to find out if we're going to make it to the altar. That's why she's here. And I'm here for the same reason.